Hi guys! Welcome to the Dive-In Pod. My name is Sheila.
My name is Lydia.
Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for sharing our content, for liking. Please don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our videos. Thank you for telling a friend.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. So today we have an interesting video.
Yeah, today we're going to be talking about the fact that adulthood is a trap. People, stay kids if you can. All right?
Unfortunately, there is no option,
I know, it's
there?
so sad. We just have to grow anyway. Yeah. So, let's dive right in.
Well. Being an adult, if someone had actually kind of, what do you call those people who can see the future? They can foretell.
Yeah.
Future seers or whatever they call. Yeah. If they could show you how what you're doing now, like when you were younger, would you still want your life to play out this way? Would you?
Good question. Well, no.
What would you want to do? Stay a child?
I know, yeah. I had a great childhood, you know.
I know.
Yeah, I loved it. So.
Well, today we're talking about adulthood. And guys, hey, adulthood is a trap, man. Like the way life just changes. When you are young, you really want adulthood, because for me personally, I used to see adulthood as a freedom, like as a freeing kind of space.
Exactly.
Like, it would be where I can do whatever I want. Nobody can tell me.
Exactly.
Mom can't tell me where are you. You need to be home by 6.
There you go.
And stuff like that, When I was young, this is funny. When I was young, I used to love drinking soda, so Fanta, which is like sun-kissed here or whatever. It is Fanta here too. Yeah. And like my mom would be buying us, Fanta whenever there's like we're going somewhere, and then we end up having lunch, in a hotel, and then my mom or dad would buy us like Fanta, and you'll only get one, obviously, because it's 300 mils. And when I was young, I'll be like, when I grow up, I will buy myself a crate, and I will drink all of it, the whole 12 of them.
Oh, bless.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's funny.
When you're young, you just think, like you want more. If you're given a piece of cake at a birthday party, you think, I want more, I want more. Because you want sugar, you want sweet stuff when you're a baby. And I used to think, when I grow up, I'm gonna afford those things. Yeah. And I'm gonna buy those things for myself and sit down and eat them.
Well,
you don't consider the growth of learning about healthy choices and, so when you're young, you really don't know about the fact that you're gonna have more knowledge about things, and then you're gonna make the right decisions, or you're gonna know that drinking 12 bottles of soda is not good for you. I think personally for me, one thing that I shouldn't say dislike, but it's not something that I think it's a good thing. It's work. Like, who wants to go to work?
Listen,
like, I love working and I love engaging. I love what I do. But just that thought of the fact that I have to work, I have to. You know what I mean? Like, I know everybody says, if you don't like working, you need to start your own business. Bro, when you have your own business, you're going to be working more than you're working at the moment.
That's true.
For me, I just hate the fact that when you grow up, when you finish uni, you think, I'm done with uni. I'm going to, and then you just realize, hey, the you're gonna
is working.
Is
the gonna.
That's it. The working is working.
Yeah.
So for me, I think work is just, man. When you're young, your mom and dad worked and you just whatever. Now you're the one working and oh man, like adulting is a trap, guys.
It's a trap, man. I don't think there's anyone out there who'd be like, oh my God, I love working.
Like every day you're going to work.
Yeah, every day you're waking up at 5 a.m. You're working up to midnight. Yay!
No, that's a lie, bro. Like, unless it's your business. And I
don't know. Anyway, another thing that I think people need to talk about is money. Money is good when you're an adult.
Finances.
Hey! Money is good when you're an adult. But of course, that only comes if you're working, right? Only if you're working. But then you really have to be smart with your money. Yeah. Because in as much as, yes, you can make millions, you can also lose those millions in a matter of minutes.
The fact that finances is actually an important thing, and that if you work is when you make your money.
Exactly.
That just makes me think, You know,
Adulting.
like you need money. Like money is an essential part of your adulthood. Like for you to actually run your house or your business or your institution or whatever, you need money. Like you need money to do anything. So it's an important part of adulthood that is so painful, because for you to make that money, hey, you have to work. You have to use your brain.
That's true. And for you to even be for you to even be a respectable adult, you need money.
Yeah.
You can't go in front of people and say, okay. Listen. Make money, people.
What are you supposed
to say? It is sad, but just make money.
And it's a sad world. Like
it's
people
a
will
sad
actually,
world,
people will actually treat you
money runs
some
the
type
world
of
in a
way if you look like you have money, or if you have money, and if you don't, conditional love.
That's true.
Everybody will be like,
exactly.
But if someone shows up who has money, it's like, hey, you want to sit here? Did you want water?
Money will open doors that you cannot understand.
Yeah. But it's a reality of adulthood. Yeah.
Sometimes it can be a good thing, sometimes it can be a very bad thing. But adulting, you need money. Let me tell you now. If you're an adult somewhere, you're over 18 and you have not sat down for a bit then and be kind of sad that you're not a millionaire, you're living a dream. If you're not sitting down and asking yourself, why am I not?
Yeah.
Adulting is a trap, bro.
You know how I was saying about the soda thing? Like, you know, I've also thought about the fact that when you become an adult, like health becomes a concern for you. It actually becomes an important part, you know, like if you're a woman, you're thinking, oh, you know, I want to look good, I want to be fit, I want to meet someone who's going to like me. If you're a man, you think, oh, I've got to train and lose this belly before I meet my wife. Or even just for my own health, you know. Also, there's the concern of, oh, I'm growing older, I need to go for more checkups.
Exactly.
I need to check my blood sugar. I need to go and, you know, get my, stool sample, whatever.
Exactly.
For, you know, how they test the stool sample for cancer and stuff, like bowel cancer and things like that. Like, just stuff like that. When you're young, bro, what is health? Unless you're sick and it's the responsibility of your parents. You're just there. But when you become an adult, ukiumwa na mgongo kidogo, you're like, this back of mine, let me go get it checked.
Please.
Because you know the kind of work that's ahead of you that needs that body to be functioning well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Hey, adulthood, my friend, it will put you,
You realize that your health is your own. Listen, if you want to, like my mom always says, that now that you know that we are adults and all that, whatever you eat is who you are. Whatever you consume, like reading, entertainment, everything, it is exactly who you are. So at the end of the day, you sit down and you wonder, I'm not even taking care of myself, man. You know?
You know that thing which you've said about consuming? Let me just swing you guys a little bit. That, guys, I don't know what... I have noticed that people really... like the world is sad, right? There's a lot of sadness out there and misery, and people are going through a lot, right? But there are people who intentionally kind of bring up like entertainment stuff, but that are really sad. And even though entertainment is meant to like boost your mood, whatever, it could be like a sad song that you relate to, whatever. But you know, I've realized, especially in the African society, hey, people love those sad songs.
They glorify sadness.
Someone just sits down for 2 hours listening to this sad song, and I'm like, how are you supposed to, supposed to boost your mood and energy if you're sitting there listening to Siji Wakakufa? Shida ni mingi, shida za dunia. Dada, how are you? Look, I understand we all listen to different kind of music, but like, I don't understand how you can listen to sad songs that just talk about troubles of the world and like how the world is troublesome. I'm not saying it's like, I know music is music, it's balanced, it's different kind of music.
Yeah.
Bro, saa zingine Put yourself a Christina Shusho beautiful song that says, you know, whatever, God's about to come through for you.
Man.
And sing it out and encourage yourself. Because those songs, whatever you're feeding your brain, you're actually telling yourself you're sad.
Exactly.
We have problems until it actually sinks in.
Exactly, and problems will appear.
Me, I'm this person. Even when people share these traumatizing videos, I don't watch them. It is a choice. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry for whatever happened. It's sad, but I'm not going to watch it because I'm not feeding my brain those negative things. I'm not bringing negativity around me or into my, you know, my system, you know?
Yeah.
I just want to watch things that actually make me go, wow. You know? And sometimes not all of them are like, wow, but like, you know, I'm like, oh, that's sad. And then, oh, yeah, okay, you know, something happened. So I like what you said. Yeah. Whatever you consume is who you become.
Exactly.
Wacheni kuwatch vitu sad.
All the time.
Na videos sad ya watu wanatoshariwa or like just sad music. You know, let me tell you that. Kwanza these religions, these religions that just play sad miserable music. You know, people back home.
You're caught up in a cycle. You can't even remove yourself there.
Baka you find someone amekaa tu hivi. Say they are sad, dada, but they are just like.
Jenny, those songs will give you a reason to be sad, even if you have none.
No, thank you, bro.
People.
No, thank you.
People.
Anyway.
We digress.
Let's go to friendship. Back to the video, guys. We are talking about the fact that growing up is a trap and the challenges that come with adulthood.
Exactly.
So yeah, tell us about friendships.
I feel like friendships, when you're when you become an adult, you realize who is in your circle.
Why are we doing this on our noses together? Yeah, interesting. Yeah, moving on.
When you're an adult, you realize you really need good people in your circle, people that you can rely on.
Yeah.
You realize that you need wholesome friends. And the reason why being an adult is a trap is because when you are sieving, you know, when you are sieving those friends, it is a bad season. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It is a season of sadness and grief.
I was gonna say
you are constantly just grieving a friendship. Just, you know, remembering, oh my God, you know, we used to.
Yeah.
But then you also realize that the people who remain after you have sieved people, those are your G's, those are your people, that is your tribe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the sad part about adulting.
I think also with friendship, people don't realize that as we grew up, like I had friends before, you know, like say what, 9 years, 10 years ago, I had different circle of friends and they were good friends, but we just drifted apart.
Right.
And as sad as that is, in adulthood, you have to realize that, like,
exactly,
you will drift apart. Like it will happen. It's so sad because, you know, those people had value in your life.
Exactly.
But things happen, right? Like they moved abroad, they got married and had kids, and so there was that gap, and then, you know, your values maybe didn't align as they also grew older. Because at the end of the day, you need to realize as you grow up, your friends are growing up.
Exactly.
And everybody learns different things. As we go up, you know, different things happen, right? So I think with friendship, it's important to note that as well in adulthood, that there's going to be drifting apart. Things are just going to change. And also, there are just those friends who become bad people.
Ooh, so true.
They're just people who grow bad. Is there anything like that? Like, you know, your friends, we are friends, whatever. And then we both say get married and both have kids, and then someone just becomes some. I don't know.
But then it's also I feel like I should add that sometimes those friends, highly likely the ones that, you know, they grow and they become bad people. It's because they wanted you to stay at a season.
Yeah.
They wanted you to remain that person. But because you are changing, you are growing, blah, 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 you probably realize that this is not a good friend after all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like that means they were not good from the beginning.
Exactly. You
either didn't see or they didn't show you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think it's important to realize that when you become an adult, bro, like, well, personally, I always tell Lydia, like, man, I have so much things to worry about.
Exactly.
I'm not going to worry about an adult who maybe doesn't want to come around or doesn't want to, or just wants me to kind of like, I'm begging for this friendship. If it's not working, honey, it's okay. I love you and goodbye. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Yeah. So in adulthood, friendship, and it's, you know, It's sad, like as easy as we talk about it, guys, it's really sad. When you have genuine friends and then you drift apart, it's hard. It's hard because it's like a relationship that has ended.
Exactly.
And now you have to go and start another new relationship, you know?
I see.
So it's difficult, but yeah, just when you know all these things we're talking about now, if you're younger and you're gonna, say you're in your 20s and you're going into your 30s, these are just the things to expect,
to look out for,
or to look out for, and kind of just prepare yourself.
Yeah,
and it will make things easier for you, I reckon. Yeah, if you kind of know. If I knew, I would kind of know, but now,
My mom used to tell me when I was younger, you're extroverted, you have so many friends. When I used to tell, like, if I had like a party at home, our house would be full of my friends. So many.
Yeah.
But then my mom used to tell me, I just want to let you know that, when you grow up, you're not going to have all these friends, by the way. Just telling you.
Yeah.
And they used to be so offended. They used to be like, Mom, it's not like, I feel like you don't want me to have these friends. Look at me now.
Your mom was right.
I know, my mom was so right. My mom used to say that all the time. She would be like, you're walking like, you're a MCA. Marafiki kila kona. Sahi, when we grow up, you actually need people who are in your corner. They're genuine. They are ride or die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes. If they're not, no, thank you.
That's it.
Yeah. Also in adulthood, when you become an adult, obviously it's part of growing up and old, like growing old. I think another thing that's really scary about adulthood is that aging factor. Like the fact that you're just aging. Yeah. Me, I was scared to turn 30, guys. Let me tell you, it's funny when I think about it now. I'm like, it's inevitable. Like, how can you be scared? Me, I didn't want to turn 30. Me, I wanted to stay 20s for some reason. Me, I didn't want to be 30. I just used to, I think because when we were in our 20s, we used to talk about the 30-year-old, and we'll be like, this wamezeka. They are so old. Faikuwa hapa. Bro, hey, let me tell you something. I love that I, kind of just my 30, like the year I turned 30, I was pregnant with my daughter. So I think there was a lot of exciting things happening. So I didn't focus on the fact that, I'm turning 30.
I know.
But I think that aspect of just aging is a bit scary. What do you think?
It is. And aging means that you are getting closer
to dying.
To dying, bro. It's real. Like,
I just felt cold.
I know, the chills.
I know.
Yeah, like you're closer to death every day.
Don't look at the camera when you say that. Look away.
Every day.
You're scary. You're like,
It's true. And that, anyway, like the Bible says we should number our days.
Yeah,
bro.
true.
So just,
live life.
Live life.
Live life now.
Now.
Yeah, but it's true. Yeah, it's part of adulthood. Yeah, and nobody wants to talk about it, especially death. Like for me, it's really like, especially. Well, let me tell you. You think you fear death once you have a baby.
Until
you fear death, like, hey, it's like another level.
Ooh.
Because you're always scared for your child. Like you think, who's gonna love my baby like I love her? Who's gonna do this for my baby like I do for her? You know. Yeah. So it's scary.
Hey, that just kind of, I know, Africans in day.
Let's talk about standards and expectations as an adulthood. What does it mean to you? What do you think about standards and expectations?
I feel like when I was younger, my standards were not as high. They were not as realistic. Hey, they were definitely not realistic.
That's part of realistic.
Hey, hey. By now,
I'm going to finish school, and then I'm going to go to uni, and then I'm going to get a job, and then I'm going to buy a big house before I get married.
Right.
Because I want to enjoy my life before I marry, and then I'm going to get married, and then I'm going to have 2 boys and 2 girls.
Yeah.
And then. And then
I'm going to buy my parents a house.
Yes.
And then I'm going to
drive a nice car.
Huh? Dada. Expectations unrealistic.
I know.
Completely unrealistic, let me tell you.
Aye.
But,
I'm going to buy myself 12 bottles of Fanta.
And a big cake. Unrealistic.
Unrealistic.
But now, like, as an adult, you just look at yourself and you say, you know what? I'm taking it one day at a time, people. Yeah. Because there's no other choice, bro.
There's no other choice.
Your standards are more realistic. You're like, you know what, in 2024, I want to buy myself a house. This is the money that I have. This is how much I want to save.
True.
This is, you know what I mean? Like, they are more realistic now, you know? But when you're younger, you're like, I'm going to buy myself a house. You don't even have a job. You don't even have an ID. You're like, I'm going to buy myself a house. I'm going to buy myself an expensive car. Not to say that it's not something that is possible or, you know. But it's very, very possible. But it's just that, you know, when you're younger,
you don't understand the other challenges that are going to be surrounding you while you're trying to achieve those things.
Exactly. What do you think?
I think, expectations. I think also it's so important to have standards that are, what's the word? Standards that are going to serve you longer. I forget the word I want to use, but it's like you need to have standards that kind of are lifelong. You know, like you can't be doing things that just will serve you and your family short term when you're an adult. I feel personally like that. But if you're young, you don't care about the future. But as an adult, you need to have those standards, or you need to have those expectations that are lifelong. You know, that you can incorporate in your, like for example, if you're buying a house, for example, right? Or say you're buying a car, you're thinking, oh, I've got to buy a bigger car because I'm going to have 3 children, or I have 1 child and I'm expecting another one, or I have 2 kids. I need the back seat. You're thinking of, say for example, you've not had a child, right? You want to buy a car, and you are this person who loves to do like road trips. You have to think about the boot space. You know what I mean? So that when you're driving, you know, the back of the car can take up, you know, a few more other things for you, you know. You're thinking about making sure you have enough space for your children at the back. So you're not just buying a car because it's red. You know what I mean? Yes. That's what I'm trying to say. So when you're an adult, you kind of think that way. But when you're young, it's just like, oh my God, I really like that red car. I'm just going to buy it. You're like, but when people are trying to tell you things, and you're like, no.
You know, you don't understand.
I like it. Yeah, I just like the fact that it's red.
It's red.
You know? But set yourself
this life
standards, or have expectations that are lifelong, so that they can serve you for a bit longer.
And speaking of boot space, kids and dependence. You know, when you're an adult, you start realizing people depend on you.
Like someone's life, like when you have a child, Dada, you know that 24 hours, like someone's life depends on you
completely.
That's another level of adulthood. Let me tell you, before you have kids, think about it.
Think about it, bro.
It's not easy. It's fun, and it's the best time of your life, probably. But like those challenges that come with it, or forget even kids, even your parents. As you grow up, as you become an adult, your parents are growing older. They're more dependent on you. They require you to help them with hospital appointments. The systems change, technology. They can't use that phone. They need you. You know, people start depending on you. But when you're young, you're just like, whatever, I'm on TikTok, whatever, you know what I mean? Or I'm on Instagram, or I'm just doing my thing. You're not caring. But this time round, as an adult, you have no choice. Like, you know, Tori is looking at me, like, even if I've come from work and I'm so tired, and she's just like, Mommy, I want rice and soup. Ooh. You know what I mean?
Mommy, let's play together. That one is a killer.
I know. You have no choice. You know what I mean? You can't say I'm tired. They're like, why are you tired?
No.
You know what I mean? They don't understand. Or even just their academics, like, you know, their education, their co-curriculum activities. Everything depends on you when you're an adult. So, I'm telling you, I'm tired even talking about adulting. Adulting is difficult.
It's difficult. It's a lot of work.
Trap, man. If you can stay young.
How?
I normally
be a vampire or something.
I always tell people, if my parents were here in Australia, I would live with them. And they're like, oh, you're only saying that because maybe. But I always say, you know, I think I'll just live with them so that I feel like, you know, I'm not in my house.
You're still being taken care of.
Kind of.
I know.
Even though I'm working,
and I tell you all the time how sometimes I'm like, oh, you know what? I just want to go home because I'm tired.
I know.
I'm tired of taking care of myself.
Yeah, I want
to go home and, you know, go and tell my mom, oh, nimeshindwa kuamka. My mom brings me food in the bedroom.
I know.
I miss those days.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. We are adults now.
Yeah. So adulthood is very challenging. There's just so much that comes with it.
Yeah.
I think one really important thing that we want you guys to take away from this video,
Right, the big takeaway.
yeah, is self-awareness
Exactly.
in adulthood. Like my friend, let me tell you something. There's nothing that slaps you so hard than knowing your flaws. Like actually, not even knowing, like facing your flaws as an adult.
Knowing yourself.
I couldn't, like, there's nothing that, you know, you really have to be able to, you really have to be comfortable to have the uncomfortable conversations with people around you, with your spouse, with your friends. You have to be able to actually look at things differently. For example, like I said, you can't just wake up and go, oh, I'm just going to buy that car. You have to look at your finances. Like, is it going to affect your
Lots
family?
to consider.
A lot of things to consider. It's not like you just, you know, when you're young. So I think self-awareness is a big thing because it just allows you to actually what's the word?
Be in touch with reality.
Yeah, be in touch with reality and just look at things as they are.
As they are.
You know, and actually make the right decisions for yourself.
Yeah.
In terms of, it could be anything really. It could be even with your personality, even with your relationships with people.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're self-aware as an adult, a lot of things will flow.
Yeah.
But if you're this person who lacks insight and you're just going on about whatever, it's like, bro,
you're going to have a hard time.
Adulting
itself is hard, but you're making it harder.
Because it doesn't matter where you go. If you're, let me just say, if you're a bad person, it doesn't matter where you go. You're just going to be a bad person everywhere. And you're just going to keep wondering, you know, why are people treating me this way? Or why is life going this way for me? Or why are my finances not matching? You know, you've got to really be honest with yourself. You know, adulthood is about being honest. You're not a baby. You're not a child.
Exactly.
Who can just be like, I'm going to break that glass and you
taking
say, Mom,
responsibility.
And they'll buy another one. You break it, you buy it yourself with your money. So, you know, whatever decision you make, you really have to consider that. Yeah. What is the other takeaway, Lydia?
Like you just said, just taking responsibility.
Yes.
You're just responsible.
Yep.
Like just, it's all about being responsible for what you do, what you say, or your whole self. Just being accountable to yourself also, and to the people around you that, you know, that matter. So
another thing is, as an adult, it's so important to realize that life goes on. Let me tell you something. Don't think that
it's a sad reality.
Yeah, because, you know, like that part where we were talking about dependence, having dependence and looking after people, there are times where you need to look after yourself, right? Because if you're not looking after yourself, you can look after other people.
Exactly.
And also, if something happens to you, honey, the only thing you're going to get, my dad used to say, if you work in a company and they're not treating you well, he used to say, the only thing you're going to get, God forbid, if you die, is a moment of silence. If anything, that's all you're going to get. Next thing, they'll be clearing your desk. They'll be advertising your position.
Exactly.
So in any area of your life, it doesn't even have to be work. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, prioritize yourself. Make sure you're good before you can look after other people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are just things that kind of help us navigate this adulthood that we think we are in. You know, there's more growing to do. But yeah, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching our video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
We love you.
We
Bye.
love you. Bye.